In today's video, we are going to look at 3 knit dresses, compare them, and try to see if there's a clear winner or if maybe all 3 can fit in my wardrobe. Back in December, I went to a bit of a family gathering to celebrate my father's birthday. It was a very small group and it was a cold, snowy day, so I decided to wear my South Bank dress from Nina Lee. That was a dress I made the previous winter, and loved it. The minute I finished it, loved it. I've worn it a few times throughout winter, and when I left the gathering, the family party, and came home again, I started wondering, how many other knit dress patterns do I own that I could potentially try and make to see if, like for me, the unicorn knit dress, if you will, for winter, I wanted it to be cozy but polished, something I could wear to work from home, but also just on a weekend to run some errands, that kind of thing. I find a knit dress doesn't necessarily have the level of formality I'd be looking for like in-office work, but definitely a work from home day, or like in December, an informal family party. So I started going through my pattern stash and found 2 others I could make and see which one of the 3 would work best to achieve that goal of finding the unicorn knit dress. So I have the Whistler dress. I've made the Whistler top a couple of times. Was really curious to see how the dress would work out for me. And then the Stanton hoodie dress, which is an expansion pack available to Cashmere Club members only. So printed my patterns, taped them all together, picked my fabric, and then made the 2 dresses. And like I said in this video, I'm going to give you a quick pattern review, but also talk you through like how I would wear these dresses, where would I wear them, and is there really a clear winner, or is there really room for in my closet for all 3 of these dresses. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Izzy, and on this channel, I just love to talk sewing, share what I'm learning, what I'm discovering about this fabulous hobby, and yeah, put videos out on what it is that I'm learning and discovering. All right, so let's start with the South Bank dress. I did a very quick pattern review of it when I first sewed it up last year, but I know there are a few new people around these parts, so I'm just going to do a very quick recap of what it is and what it was like to sew it up. So, taken right from their website, the South Bank sweater and sweater dress is a cozy yet stylish knit pattern designed to become a winter wardrobe workhorse. With a slightly oversized fit, more on that later, funnel neck and drop shoulders, more on that later, South Bank is on trend, comfortable, and flattering. Version 1 is the dress with a sweatshirt inspired hemband and side seam pockets. And then there's a second and a third version, which are basically just tops. It does say in the pattern description that they have slouchy, slightly overlong sleeves with cuffs. Keep that in mind. All right, so the dress is designed for medium to heavyweight knit fabric with 2-way stretch up to 20%. So things like a ponte, things like a scuba or a double knit. So you really don't need a whole lot of stretch to put this dress together. I went with a knit fabric from Minerva. It's a cotton knit, and it looks like it's knitted, like it's got little, pearls and knits and pearls stitches in it. It's a beautiful, beautiful fabric. It was a beast to cut because I'm assuming that intertwined with that cotton is either nylon fibers or so. Anyways, my rotary blades did not enjoy cutting that fabric at all. Neither did my scissors. So that was quite the adventure. But my sewing machine sewed it up, no problem. Same thing with my serger, no issues whatsoever. And the color is burgundy, which is definitely one of my signature colors. I love it. For me, burgundy is a neutral. It can replace black, which I find is a little bit harsh on me now, but it's not as boring. Not that it's not boring, but it's not as plain maybe as, you know, a dark gray, that kind of thing. So yeah, burgundy is definitely a neutral for me. My measurements put me in a size 20 in this pattern, and that's what I did. Even though the pattern is drafted for a B cup, so I based my measurements on my full bust, waist, and hips and went with the size 20. I figured this is a knit, it's probably going to be fine. It's got drop shoulders, so I don't need to worry about how wide the shoulders are going to land on me. And I thought, based on the finished measurements, that there would be plenty of room for my waist and my hips. And in fact, the fit is really not bad. When I first put it back on at the beginning of December, and I remember I filmed a Vlogmas video wearing the dress, I thought it looked big on me because of the dropped shoulders. But then I went back through my photos and it's really not big on me. The fit is really, really good, but the dropped shoulders make it feel like it's too big, if you know what I mean. So drop shoulders really are not my thing. I don't love them. I don't think they look great on me. I do have narrow shoulders, but a dropped shoulder is gonna make me look, I find, very top heavy. It emphasizes my bust. It just makes me look very wide up top, which normally I wouldn't mind, except that in this dress, the hips don't look bigger, just the top. So it's very hard to achieve like a nice hourglass shape in this dress because of the top part. I hope you understand what I mean. But anyways, so it does look polished in the sense that I love the color, I love the fabric. It's a very simple dress. It's got clean lines. The funnel neck is really fun for winter. I find that elevates the look a little bit. The sleeves really are crazy long, like crazy long. So if I make this dress again, I will definitely take at least a couple of inches off the sleeves. But with, you know, black tights and some booties, or tights and some running shoes, or sneakers, yeah, I think this dress is super cute, polished, and so comfortable. So that was definitely a winner. Now I might not, you know, I said if I made this again, I would shorten the sleeves. I don't know that I would make this pattern again, just because of the dropped shoulders, unless I could figure a way to change that. But then again, as you'll see in a minute, I have two other knit dress patterns that I really liked. So that is the South Bank dress by Nina Lee. All right, dress number 2 is the Whistler dress by Love Notions. Like I said before, I've made this pattern twice as a sweater. My first one is still one of my favorite garments ever, in a really nice teal fluffy fabric. The fit is really, really good. I sometimes struggle with the fit on Love Notions patterns, but in knit fabrics, it's a little bit easier. I use their full bust front, and usually it works out really, really well for me. I have had issues with their bottoms, and I have issues with their woven patterns, but in their knit tops, usually pretty successful. So it was just, yeah, a given that I was gonna try the dress at some point, just because I love my tops so much. All right, here's a pattern description taken right from the website. So the Whistler sweater and hoodie is a loose-fitting pullover with an inset yoke. The yoke can be made with either a shawl collar or hoodie. The inseam pockets are an essential element to any pullover. Shirt and tunic lengths are included, as well as options for a banded bottom, straight hem, or curved hem. Gotta love lots of options. The middle portion can be gathered or flat depending on fabric selection. This is great for a variety of knit fabrics, everything from sweatshirt fleece to sweater knits. All right, I made they called it a tunic. I made the tunic length and just added 2 inches to make sure the dress would come to my knees. And that's basically the only adjustment I made. I made a size extra large, and the fit is quite good. I did use the full bust front, if I remember correctly. I used the flat front, so it says you can either gather the front right under the bust where the crossover is. Right underneath, you can either gather that or do it flat. I did it flat. And the fabric I used is a stretch jacquard knit from Core Fabrics. It's a very interesting fabric. It's pretty heavy, but it's soft, very comfortable, lots of structure. It's a strange fabric. And when you look at it, you think, oh, there's no way this is going to be comfortable to wear, but it really is. So yeah, it was easy to sew with, it was easy to cut, no issues whatsoever. My serger though, and even though I played with the differential feed, it really waved. Like the seams are really wavy, especially at the hem. Like everywhere else it's pretty good, but at the hem, even though like I said, I changed my differential feed, I steamed the heck out of that seam after it was sewn. It just stayed very wavy, and I'm not crazy about that. So what I might do is remove the hem and just hem it, basically just turn it up by an inch or something and stitch it there, because again, I don't want it to be much above my knee, but I think I've got enough length there that I should be okay. Sewing up the Whistler in terms of instructions and operations is really fun. It's not a super easy sew. It's got some very interesting pattern pieces. The way the pockets are constructed is really fun. And then you can sew 2 buttons. They don't have to be real like buttonholes and buttons. I just sew my buttons through all layers and it works just fine, you know, pulled over my head type thing. So really fun sew. It's a cute pattern. I love the shawl collar. I went with the shawl collar because I felt like the fabric lended itself more to a more like elevated casual dress than a really casual dress. So I went with the shawl collar thinking I could easily wear this on calls for work when I'm working from home, and I've worn it twice already since I made it. And yeah, I love the color. It's fun. There's little sparks of colors in there. Really nice dress. And once I remove the hemband and just hem it, I think it's going to look even more elevated. And I'm going to wear it even more. So yeah, with, again, tights, booties, or sneakers, really good dress. So that is the Whistler dress by Love Notions. By the way, I'm going to put links to all 3 patterns so that if you're interested in taking a closer look at any of them, maybe even buying them, not affiliated in any way with any of these designers. So yeah, you can go ahead and click that link to find out more about the patterns. All right, dress number 3 is my Stanton hoodie dress by Cashmerette. And actually, this is based on the Stanton hoodie, which is part of the regular Cashmerette pattern collection. but they put a dress expansion out on the club, so exclusively for club members, that allows you basically to turn your Stanton hoodie into a dress. It also gives you a different collar, so you can do a quarter zip, yeah, instead of the hoodie and the full zip. So lots and lots of options here with the Stanton hoodie. Here is what Cashmerette says about the expansion pack. So the Stanton hoodie lets you create an athleisure piece that looks smart and feels great because it's custom fitted to your body with cup sizes from C to H. If you have bigger boobs, hoodies often end up uncomfortably tight or sloppy and oversized. But Cashmerette patterns are designed for curves to give you an amazing fit at the bust line and at the rest of the body. The Stanton features a pullover and a zip-up version. Like I said, the expansion gives you a new neckband and instructions for making your hoodie with a half zip, as well as the ability to turn your hoodie into a snuggly sweater dress. These elements can combine to create 5 Stanton hoodie variations. All right, you know, if you've been on the channel for a while, my love for the Stanton hoodie. I've made it countless times now. I've made the full zip. I've made the half zip variation. I've made the regular hoodie 2 or 3 times now, one of which is in heavy rotation in my wardrobe all year round. It's a firm favorite of mine. And I thought the dress is also going to turn into a favorite of mine. But I have thoughts. Making the Stanton and making the dress was a lot of fun. It's not a super simple hoodie pattern. It's got some really interesting lines and interesting details, like the yoke is a separate piece at the shoulder, so you can do some color blocking. The way the pocket at the front is put together is really fun. The hood is lined, which can be a pro and a con in my mind, because if it's lined, then you can't see any of the seams. Finished very nicely. It's fabulous. But depending on the fabric you use to line your hood can become super heavy and pull the hoodie back, which happens to me on a couple of my versions because I used self fabric to line the hood, and I did that with the dress as well. But yeah, something to keep in mind if you like lined hoods. Try and pick a lighter fabric to line your hood. All right, the fabric I used for my dress is another knit jacquard from Core Fabrics. I bought it on sale. I think I bought my Whistler dress fabric and this one together during their Boxing Day sale, because I remember buying it while I was on holiday. And it is a fabulous, fabulous fabric. I don't know if they still have it. If they do, I'm going to link to it. It has a very high rayon content, so it feels soft, it feels drapey, but it still has heft to it. So I put in my notes here, it's a 335 GSM, which is pretty heavy, or 9.8 ounces per square yard. So yeah, so it's perfect. It's perfect for cozy, snuggly dress that, you know, you're going to get the drape from the rayon, but otherwise it's nice and snuggly. So yeah. So I went with my usual size for Cashmerette, which is an 18 GH at the shoulders and bust, graded out to a 20 at the waist and hips. Now, picking that size for a hoodie when I make the Stanton hoodie is pretty good, because you want your hoodie to have a little more room, to feel a little more slouchy, because you want to be able to layer under it, right? With this dress, I didn't want to have to layer under it, and I'm finding the dress is a bit big on me. Actually, not a bit. It's big on me. There's a ton of room at the waist. It's pretty big up here as well. So, you know, if I make this again, and I would love to make the dress again in a lighter weight knit, maybe for like fall or spring, early summer, something I could wear to the island. Yeah, so I'm going to be on the lookout for a fun, interesting, lighter weight knit that I can make this dress from. And this time I'm definitely going to size down at least by 1, if not 2. Like what I might do is make a size 16 GH and just stay at a 16 all the way down, because you'll see in the clip that I'm going to put in, there's a ton of ease in this dress. Now, because it's so roomy and oversized, also because I decided to go with the hood and I didn't do the half zip, this dress feels really, really casual to me. So I'm not going to wear it to work from home even. This is going to be a weekend, stay at home kind of dress, which is very unfortunate because I feel like the fabric really could go out of the house because it's a gorgeous fabric. But yeah, this dress is unfortunately just gonna stay at home. I don't love styles on me, I've now discovered, that completely obliterate any sense of curve that my body has. And this dress I find does that, which is a little bit unfortunate. But, you know, the fabric is really, really nice. It is comfy, so it'll be perfect for stay-at-home kind of days. So that is the Stanton hoodie dress by Cashmerette. So has a clear winner come out of this? Not really. All 3, I think, are winners. All 3 dresses I will wear. Some of them, or a couple of them, I'll definitely wear working from home. I'll wear them going out, running errands, going for an informal type dinner, that kind of thing. And one of them, my Stanton, is going to be the ultimate cozy knit dress for a cold weekend spent at home with a pair of leggings and some snuggly socks. Perfection. Would I make all 3 again? I don't know that I'm going to make the South Bank again, just because of the dropped shoulder situation. And yeah, the other 2 I feel just might work a little bit better style-wise for me, or line-wise for me. So the Whistler I could definitely see myself making again. The Stanton hoodie dress I will definitely make again. You know, work with the sizing a little bit, pick a fabric that might be a little bit lighter weight, but still drapey. Like, I don't want something super stiff. But yeah, I'll definitely be making the Stanton again. I might also try the Stanton without the kangaroo pocket to see if I can bump the formality level just a touch. I would love to turn the Stanton into a elevated casual dress that I could wear when working from home, that I could wear to go run some errands. So maybe eliminating the kangaroo pocket, eliminating the hood, and doing the half zip instead might work. Definitely will play with that one, because we do want to make our patterns work harder for us, don't we? So in the end, I didn't end up with a best dress pattern. I think I ended up with 3 really, really good dress patterns, and I would recommend all 3 to you. Honestly, I would. Yeah, they are fun to sew, they are fun to wear, and if you're in a part of the world where it gets really, really cold, gosh, a nice, snuggly, thick winter knit dress, like what could be better to chill in? All right, have you made any of these patterns? Do you have other knit dress patterns that you can recommend to me and to everyone out there? So after you finish watching this video, please go in the comments and make your recommendations, or look up other people's recommendations. That is the best part about this channel, when I see you guys interacting and helping one another. That is fabulous. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a like on your way out. Consider subscribing, and I will see you soon.